And we are back. Do not worry, you read the title completely right. It is a legs video, but we do start off with shoulders today because I trained pull the day before. So, because I do a heavy pull from the floor on my pull day, I decided to touch the hamstring volume down a little bit today and only do one exercise for it. That left me a little bit of room, and I haven't done push for a few days, so I thought let me do some shoulders at the start of my workout. This made sure I topped up my tricep and my shoulder volume up a little bit, but didn't tax my chest too much. Strategically, it worked pretty well.
I can help you out. Bro, don't make you fucking... Like, you're getting recorded right now, bro.
No, I'm helping.
Don't straddle me, bro. Thank you very much.
That good?
Get the fuck off me, bro. He's out here providing evidence, man. You're not beating the allegations, Wenger. I'm gonna pull up to your wedding one day, be like, yo, this is who you've got.
Okay, so now you get a sneak peek of what I have to handle at the gym, and yeah. So there's our second set. Tossed the weight down a little bit and it moved pretty smooth. One note to self I have to keep in mind though is to stack my joints a little bit better. My elbows aren't really underneath the bar too well here, but I think that's just because the bench wasn't as far forward as I would usually have it. But this is just not me paying attention correctly and clearly getting distracted by whoever else was in the gym. Although this movement's been doing really good work for my shoulders, I'm starting to think about doing the machine shoulder press instead of this Smith machine press, but we'll see how that goes in the future. Next up, we have the machine lateral raise, and again, this one is really growing on me. I spoke about it last video and how I'm having such a positive experience with it, especially now I understand how simple it is to hit the side delt and how easy this machine makes it to hit the side delt. Although I've said in past videos that I don't feel like I have weak points, I just have a weak everything and everything needs to grow. Shoulders are definitely going to be an area which I do have a bit more of a focus on. This is not to say that I feel like I am small. I definitely know that's not what I think because I've put a hell of a lot of work into my physique so far. But to say that I have weak points is not true either because I think everything could be bigger and could be more developed. But shoulders are definitely going to be a focus because that's where that X-frame look and aesthetic comes from. And to be honest with you, every physique could look better with bigger, rounder shoulders. Or at least that's my opinion because big round shoulders have always been the thing that I've seen on stage that has made a big difference to someone's aesthetic in my eyes. Second only to big legs and a big back in my opinion. But like I said, I'm going to continue focusing on everything and making sure everything grows after this cut is complete. And that's going to be through finding new and different ways of training, maybe different machines or other gyms to train at, and figuring out what they've got I can use. With that all being said, this machine is definitely going to be in the rotation for a long time to come, and or unless something that has way better mechanics and way better deltoid recruitment comes along, I'm gonna keep using this. And this is where we get to the leg portion of the workout. So, you know me, I always start with my calves before I do my quads and hamstrings. So, we are just going to brush past these sets really, really quickly. Simple procedure on this session. Typically, I would do these single legs, but this time around, I'm doing it with 2 legs at a time just to make sure I can get the sets through really, really quickly. Concentrating on the stretch at the bottom, spending maybe half a second to a second there, and then really trying to control my contraction on the way back up. Calves are a really simple muscle group to train. You train them like no different to any other muscle. Get enough weight on them and go through a full range of motion with a nice steady tempo. always making sure to go to failure. Next up, we have Nordics, which is our only hamstring movement this session. I strongly advise people start doing these a lot more because they really are a complete exercise. You're trying to engage your core, you're engaging your glutes, and of course, you're engaging your hamstrings. If you can get good and strong at these, your knees are going to be way healthier as well, and you're just going to be way more athletic. Now, of course, you have to progressively overload and prepare and ramp yourself up to being able to do reps and multiple sets of this exercise. It's no easy task to complete. However, it is a very beneficial one if you do complete it. Give yourself a couple of months to start practicing and start slowly ramping up the reps, and you will see the health benefits super quickly. Now, don't get me wrong, it is really painful when you start doing these. The cramps, the random cramps in the middle of the day, the DOMs after doing these. Yeah, it's not great. It's like doing adductors for the first time. And I feel sorry for anybody who hasn't trained adductors yet, because that first time you train them is going to be the most painful. Like Nordics, the first time you do Nordics, the couple of days afterwards, the DOMs is crazy. Following Nordics, we did our hack squat, and these felt a lot heavier than they usually would do. Typically, I'll be doing 5 plates for maybe 4 or 5 reps, but 4 felt really heavy. Although it moved smoothly for the first couple of reps here, it got really heavy really, really quickly. I think that might have just been a food issue, maybe a sleep issue, but yeah, it's just the reps just caught up with me really, really quickly. The second set was no different. I was trying to aim and match the same reps as the start, but even with the really long break I gave myself in between the sets, this movement just felt really, really hard, and there's no real other way of describing it. But it was a good thing for my mind to do, because although I felt like I couldn't do this movement as well as I usually would do, I stuck at it and made sure I just got the work done. So, straight after hack squats, I went and did some leg extensions. I tried to do a set of sissy squats on the hack squat machine, but it just didn't really work out too great. I think I was a little bit too tired for them, and the coordination I needed to use in order to keep my trunk and my legs steady in that position for sissy squats was just a little bit too much to ask from myself. Isolating my quads with this exercise still made sure I got the work done though, and I really did try to push myself. I need to maybe think of an alternative that isolates my quads just as well as this does, because this machine is sort of annoying me now. I reached the bottom of the stack quite a while ago, and I've only been able to increase my reps in order to increase the intensity on this machine, and it's just getting a little bit boring. Now, if there was a plate loaded leg extension, that'd be fantastic, because then you could actually get some heavy weight on there. But whilst I'm at this gym, I'm gonna have to try and figure out another way of hitting my quads as heavy as possible with a leg extensions type of movement. Or maybe I just play around and just reorder my exercises and prioritize the sissy squat as my main leg extension style or rec fem targeting exercise. And I'm happy that I've gone after my rec fem that much this last couple of months, because from this top down view I can clearly see where it's coming into play, and through a combination of this cut working very well and me having tried to target those specific parts of my quads, that part of my muscle is, or that part of my leg is clearly rearing its head and showing itself. For the longest time it was not visible, and now the things that I've been building for the last few months and the last couple of years, doing these weird or different approaches, are starting to show themselves. And to finish the session, I just did a couple of adductor sets, and I rarely ever do these, but from time to time I will throw them in. And I think I'm going to go through a phase of trying to throw them in now because I've not been doing too many Smith machine or barbell back squats. So my adductors are getting neglected a little bit. And of course, if you want a fuller looking leg, you're going to have to hit your adductors and hit your glutes as well. So this is probably going to be once or twice a week going forward because they are not my favorite movement, but they are a necessary evil if you're going to be trying to get big legs. And to me, that's exactly what they are, because the DOMs you get after doing these are not pleasant. And I certainly did not look forward to having them the day after this. But that is my leg session, and I hope you enjoy watching the video, and I'll see you next time.